Persephone White here, and I'm going to be presenting Possession by the Gods. I'm a little congested, so my voice is raspier than usual. I wanted to mention why I became involved in the Truther movement, and this started on 11/11 last year, which this year is the Black Kali Moon. And it started off with, at night, seeing just logos. It's your typical commercial, corporate Illuminati logos. And after a while, they morphed into Egyptian symbols. And this went on for approximately a week. I found it very difficult to sleep. And actually, during my semi-sleep-wake phase, I did hear a voice in the background saying, "The vessel will not sleep." So I wondered if that was just integrated into my own sleep or if there was actually another entity present at that point. Well, near the end of this phase, maybe around, I don't know, maybe 11/16, I wasn't tracking the exact dates by that point. I saw what seemed to be a projection of a movie with a pyramid with projecting fire below it floating in the sky, and I was walking up stairs and a voice in the background said, "They're entities from afar." And then on 11/18, I ended up dancing vigorously, or something inside of me danced vigorously towards the east. And as a result, I woke up to be turned towards the south, and I felt 6 arms on my body, which surprised me considering that I had been dreaming about Egyptian symbols. That point, when I looked into the mirror, I saw the outline of what appeared to be a star on my face, except unlike Lady Gaga, I had a pointy chin, and as I remained awake, this illusion dissipated. 2 more times that night, I woke to feel a heavy mask over my head, and I fought the sensation. And when I looked into the mirror, I would see again the 5-pointed upside-down pentagram, and it would dissipate within a minute. So then, let's say within a week later, I saw hooded men standing around me, and this may have been a hypnagogic stage. When you're partially awake, you can your dreams can integrate into the world around you. You could also say it may have been lucid dreaming, although I don't really recall my dreams. Most of it's just dark. I go to sleep, wake up, and I don't remember much. And the dreams I do remember usually thinking. But I saw a target sign float over to my forehead, and then from my forehead over to my son's. Then for the following night, my left leg was pulled up behind my right leg to form a 4, and the same voice said to me, "You're a hangman for a 4 doorway." It was really an uncomfortable feeling to have my leg pulled behind. It was pulled far enough up that it hurt, but for some reason or other I didn't wake up. And then the following month, my son pushed me over. I usually sleep on the right side of my bed, and he came into my room in the morning, pushed me over, so I was on the left side. I sleep on my side, and he sleeps on his back, and that same entity came in and declared that he was a 1 and I was a 5, together for 15. 15, the only thing I could think of was 69 vortex number adds up to 15, Jade Helm 15. I've heard of deity numbers 15 were in year 2015. You try to scramble to figure out exactly what on earth it means. Of course, this is 14 years after 2001 and 2015, and we are in the 239th year, 14. So if anything happens, it would be on a 14-day, 11/22, and 11/23 would be year 15. We just have to wait and see. I've never actually predicted anything before, and this is not something I'd want to get right the first time. And then on 8/1, I clapped 3 times in the middle of the night, and my head was turned towards my clock, and I saw 11/22. And then I woke again, and my head was turned towards the clock to see 2:11, which is the mirror image. The interesting thing is it dawned on me, Whitney Houston, who you always saw the Egyptian symbolism around her in the sarcophagus outside of her funeral home, died on February 11th, and Brandy on her album cover has a 2:11. So on the clock it would be a mirror image of the 11/22. And of course, it made me wonder about Christina Brown's death, even that the plug was taken out on her. She was unplugged on 7/26, the same day the Baphomet was revealed, which that was a 68, which adds up to 14, and it corresponds with 11/22, which is a 68, which adds up to 14. So if you look at those formulas, it makes for a nice picture, and she was 22. Thing I wanted to mention is that on 11/21, on the dark moon Kali moon of last year, Beyonce released 7/11, which is the Roman 9/11, and she said 7/11 twice, and of course she was big on clapping your hands together to manifest. I have another video that comments on the relation to Kali in the 7/11. So the final experience involved my son kicking an exercise ball into my room, and then hearing the voice nearby saying, "Kick the ball into the 3rd room, it's for your life." And I was groggy, not fully awake, but I complied, so this time with absolutely nothing inside of me, and I kicked into the 3rd room. So since then, I started posting, and I haven't had any more experiences, and again, it could be that it was lucid dreaming and I just wasn't fully conscious, which is why it felt like something else was moving me. I could have been experiencing hypnagogic stage, but there's definitely a lot of synchronicity I've been noticing, and it's just it played in with the whole Egyptian and Hindu theme going on with praying to the gods of war, which seems to be occurring, and just the idea that World War III would need a seeded event, which was what was indicated. They were looking for a seed. So I can only wait and see if any of this has reality to it. I've been posting since September of this year, and I've stayed firm in my idea that it's intended for November, the last day of Scorpio, 11/22, and 11/23 is when we would see Jade Helm rolled out, which it's a 69 for 15. So again, wait and see, and if anything, prepare. You always should be prepared for any type of emergency. So until next time, bye.